Hey guys, so I was given this problem from somebody who needed a little bit of help with quadratics, and he gave me 7k squared plus 3k minus 10. And we were told to factor that. So real quick, these are k's and not x's. You normally will see it as a x, but you can just treat it as if it was an x. So real quick, I'm just going to go through it. It would be the same process no matter what variable it was. So just wanted to point that out. So the first thing I'm going to do, I am writing while looking through the camera, so it's somewhat difficult, but I am going to factor out a 3 from this middle term here, okay? I put an x down. That's how easy it is, but minus 10. So this 3 is being multiplied by this k, so I'm just rewriting it as such. And now I'm going to rewrite 3 as plus 10 minus 7 times our k. Okay? So it's the same thing, I just rewrote it as a 10 minus 7 instead of a 3. If you subtract those, then obviously you get back to your 3. The other thing that needs to be noted is the reason why I picked 10 and negative 7 is because if you take this term and this term, this is your a term by the way, ax squared plus bx plus c. If you take your a term and multiply it by your c term, you get negative 70, and you would need to come back to that, which we did. And the sum needs to come back to positive 3, which it does. So hopefully that makes sense. You're just taking these first two terms, recognizing that your a term times your c term is equal to negative 70, and recognizing that that's where this comes from, and this also gets us our 3, okay? So my next step is I'm going to distribute the k to these two terms. Not sure where my 1 went. Okay, so I just took this k, I multiplied it by those two terms. Now, if you are able to recognize it, we can use a factoring technique called grouping. We can just say 7x squared plus 10x. I'm going to put parentheses around it, plus, minus 7. I'm saying x, but I meant k. All right. And now I'm going to factor out what I can from each term. I can factor a k out from these two terms. Okay, so what do these guys have in common? They have a k, so I'm just pulling that out. If I were to distribute this k into both terms, I get back to that. Over here, both these terms have a negative 1 in common, so I'm going to go ahead and pull out a negative 1. And this term and this term are both the same, and that's a sign that we did this right. And then we just have to take this term, k minus 1, and multiply it by either one. They're both the same, and they should always come out to be the same. Okay. And real quick, I'm just going to FOIL. So this is the way I FOIL. And we'll see if we come back to what we need to get. So 7k times k is 7k squared, good start, plus 10k minus 7k minus 10, okay? Can't see that, but there we go. So I just distributed everything. So now we have 7k squared. This simplifies to just plus 3k, and then our negative 10 stays the same. And what do you know? That's the same thing we had originally. So that's a way of checking, is foiling. And if you come back to this term, that means you foiled it correctly. So if you wanted to factor it, then this would be your answer. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully to the person that asked this question, that makes sense. explains like how I got everything. If you guys have any questions, just let me know and I will try to do a video on it.